We're in Eureka, Kansas for a hearing. 48-year-old William Wayne Phillips has been charged with speeding and driving with a suspended license. 3 months earlier, Phillips was pulled over for driving 86 miles an hour in a 65 zone. He was also cited for his second driving with a suspended license offense. Today, Phillips appears without an attorney before Judge Phyllis Webster to discuss next steps in the case. But before the hearing even begins, Phillips seems to have irritated the judge.
Now, William Phillips, did the officer tell you not to smoke?
It's kind of hard to hear around here. I'm out of town on a construction site, and I'm the lead, so...
Judge Webster lets the cigarette slide and moves on to the charges.
Mr. Phillips, are you going to be hiring an attorney, sir? You could waive your right, though, and represent yourself, and we can either set this for trial or give you some time to talk to an attorney. What would you like to do?
If I need an attorney, I'm not going to get one from you guys. That's most definitely.
Okay, so you're going to hire an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's put this on a Monday.
Can it be scheduled after that? I won't be back in this area for the next, 2 or 3 months.
Do you want to try to do it before you leave? When are you leaving?
I'm already gone. That's the thing.
Already...
I'm in Independence, Kansas.
Well, that's not that far.
It is when I have to work. I mean...
All right, sir, I'm detecting a bit of an attitude, and I've had a bit of problem with you all day long. I suggest you kind of take a deep breath and try to get rid of the attitude, because then if you don't, you may cause me to have to get an attitude too. So,
well, take that deep breath, do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Excuse me?
I said same. Do the same thing. Take that deep breath. Goose fraba.
Some of the others on the call seem amused by Phillips' comments, but the judge is not happy.
All right, Mr. Phillips, do you know what my title is?
I do, but that doesn't give you the right to belittle me or anybody else in your court.
I am finding your conduct contemptuous because you're interfering and disrespecting the process and the court. You are hereby fined for direct contempt of court, $100 cash.
That's fine.
You've complained that you can't be here when I tell you to, that it's inconvenient because you're maybe a couple hours away. Some of these people are in other states. So don't tell me.
That's not this case. That's not this case. This is my case, not their case.
Yes, it is. And that's $200 for contempt. You better get a clue who's in charge here. $200, Mr. Phillips, due in court Monday, or you can serve 3 days in jail. I have found you in direct contempt of court. You owe the court $200.
I don't owe you nothing. I owe the court and the state of Kansas. See, that's your problem. You're taking your own personality into your law, and that's not appropriate. Can we hurry up and get this over with?
$500 cash for direct court, and I am ordering you to surrender yourself by 2:30 today to the Butler County District Court.
I cannot do that.
Well, then I'll send a sheriff out to get you.
I'm going to hire an attorney. I am going to get off this Zoom, and I want this sent to my email. And I demand this footage, because I'm going to take this and I'm going to appeal all of this. The whole time.
All right, I've given you my order. Disconnect him from the call. He better be here or the sheriff will go out.
I will not be there.
Missy, disconnect him.
I was trying to reschedule it. So
all right, folks, let's move on.
Phillips failed to show up in court that day, and a bench warrant was issued for his arrest. After spending 6 days in jail, he was released on a $1,000 bond. His case is pending. Next, we go to Houston, Texas for a motion hearing. 42-year-old Christopher Bibbo has been charged with theft. 5 months earlier, according to police, Bibbo was fired from his job at a cleaning service for allegedly drinking on the job. And when he refused to return some of the company's cleaning products, he was arrested and then released on $2,500 bond. Today, Bibbo appears without an attorney before Judge David Fleischer to discuss next steps in the case.
Good morning.
You have a lawyer today?
No, sir, I don't. I don't think I need one. Forgive me for saying that, but the original police report decriminates me. Can I read?
No.
Okay, it's fine.
You need a lawyer to represent you.
Sorry, can't afford one. But if I can just explain, if you let me explain, can I explain the police report? Because it decriminates me, sir.
I'll give you a lawyer today.
Okay.
Have you speak to the lawyer. The lawyer can give your side to the DAs, and then they can try to work something out for you, okay? So just hang tight.
Bibbo stands by, but it seems he's got some questions.
Be the prosecution.
Sir,
You're not allowed to talk.
Oh, okay. Because it literally decriminates me, sir. Okay.
speak to the attorney when you get appointed.
Bibbo is told to have a seat and wait, but after a while, he gets up and walks towards the judge.
Have a seat. Have a seat, sir.
And a court deputy springs into action.
Have a seat. Have a seat, sir.
Take it.
Can I get my truck?
No.
I can't handle deeper? Are you joking?
Bibbo is removed from the courtroom, and the judge gets back to business.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. Could be worse, though.
Later that day, Bibbo was returned to the courtroom, this time in cuffs with a torn shirt, and was appointed an attorney, Michael Slider. It seems Judge Fleischer has decided to give Bibbo a second chance.
Hey,
How's it going?
good. All we want you to do, Mr. Bibbo, is give your side to Mr. Slider. Okay? He will help you work with this case so it can get the best result possible. We don't appreciate when people come from over there all the way over here, because it's very possible that I didn't even see that you were here.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I'm sorry.
The problem is that not everybody is as nice as you. What happens if someone comes and tries to attack me here? You know what I mean?
I'm sorry if that's ever happened.
So I didn't even see you, and it scared the crap out of me.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, sir, okay?
If I thought you meant ill will, I would already have you in jail.
Okay.
Right.
I appreciate you not locking me up. Thank you.
Of course not. I don't want to lock you up. I don't want to put you in jail. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Just understand, we have a certain way that we handle things here. So just be wary that all I need you to do at this point is stay in contact with him. I mean, if you do, good things will happen for you. And one more thing, don't pick up any new cases.
I'll try not to. I won't.
All right, please.
The judge released Bibbo on bond, and a month later, he completed a diversion program, and the case was dismissed. Next, we go to Centerville, Michigan for a sentencing. 59-year-old Edwin Smith has pled guilty to failing to stop at the scene of an accident, causing personal injury. 8 months earlier, Smith was behind the wheel of his car in a parking lot when he drove into his co-worker, Kimberly Van. Smith fled the scene, while Van sustained several injuries to her back, neck, and legs that required surgery. Smith was soon arrested and charged. Today, he appears along with his attorney, Luke Knopsinger, before Judge Jeffrey Middleton to hear his sentence. Smith could be facing up to 93 days in jail.
Mr. Smith, what would you like to tell me?
I'd just like to apologize to Miss Van for the whole deal. Truly sorry it
Just a
never
minute.
happened.
Just a minute. I heard a big you.
That obscenity came from the victim, Kimberly Van, who's just off camera in the gallery.
I expect you to be respectful in here, and if I hear it again, you're going to be found in contempt and you're going to go into custody. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
I would just like to apologize for all of it. Truly never meant for it to happen.
Miss Van, if you think you can keep it together, do you want to speak to me? Please come forward.
Van comes forward to make a statement to the court.
Sorry for cussing, but I do not believe that his Paul is Gene.
Well, what would you like me to know?
I am asking the court to hold him at the max jail time that is possible. He should go to jail and lose everything like I have. I have now been fired because I was unable to return to work after surgery. I still have pain. Please do not be lenient when you go to sentence him today.
Do you believe he ran over you on purpose?
I believe he ran over me on purpose because he was drinking.
If he was drinking, there certainly isn't enough evidence to charge any drinking driving.
I wasn't drinking that day.
According to police, there's no evidence that Smith had consumed any alcohol on the day of the incident.
I do not believe he intentionally ran over you in the parking lot. You want him to go to jail for the maximum amount of time. You want him to lose his job. None of that is gonna fix your injuries. I am sorry that you lost your job.
But I wouldn't have lost my job if I wouldn't have gotten hit by a car.
All right, so you wanted to tell me something else.
Just go ahead.
Judge Middleton moves on to the sentence.
I am gonna do a 12-month probation. And he isn't gonna use any alcohol or any controlled
So
substance.
he's not even going to jail for this?
Stop.
I'm just asking a
I'm
question.
doing the sentencing. Stop. I'm going to order 10 days jail to be served either on weekends or work release. I'm not going to make you lose your job.
A frustrated Van heads for the exit.
Go get her. Please come up and have a seat.
Whatever you want.
All right, you want to curse at me a little more? Is there anything else you have to say? All right, you should just go now.
Van exits the courtroom for the second time, but again is unable to hold back her emotion.
All right, come here.
The deputy rushes out to retrieve Van.
I find that you're in contempt of court and you're going to jail for 24 hours. Effective right now. Yes, really. You did this to yourself. You're going to jail for 24 hours for your continuing disrespect. I gave you a chance to just leave and then take her out of here. Yes. All right, I'm sorry. I took it as far as I could take it.
Later that day, Van's attorney filed a motion asking the court to reconsider the contempt order. Van was released, and the request is pending. As for Smith, he was sentenced to 10 days jail plus 2 years of probation. Next, we're in Ionia, Michigan for a sentencing. 61-year-old Cheryl D. Morgan has pled no contest to driving under the influence and assaulting or resisting a police officer. 3 months earlier, Morgan, who already had 3 prior DUI convictions, was pulled over and asked to take a field sobriety test. But police say Morgan was uncooperative and allegedly threatened officers, even kicking one in the shin. She was arrested, and later a blood test revealed that her BAC was 0.18, more than 2 times the legal limit. Morgan was also initially charged with driving with a suspended license and having an open container of alcohol in her vehicle, but those charges were dropped as part of her plea deal. Today, she appears before Judge Ronald Schaefer to hear her sentence. The state, represented by Kyle Butler, is asking for a sentence of 150 days in jail plus probation. But first, Judge Schaefer checks in with defense attorney Karen Constantine, who argues that her client cannot serve jail time because of medical issues, including respiratory problems and nerve damage in her back that requires surgery.
All right, Ms. Constantine, elocution on behalf of your client.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Morgan has so many health problems. My biggest issue is CPAP. If you don't use a CPAP, then you stop breathing. The jail does not allow that. I've already called them and asked them. So I am asking this court to place her on a tether for whatever, 90 days, 6 months, but she can't walk. She has nerve problems. That's why I'm asking the court to put her on tether.
Before making a ruling, Judge Schaefer wants to hear from the defendant.
Then, Ms. Morgan, did you have anything that you want to state to the court before sentence is imposed?
I'm sorry for everything, but I don't want jail because I have to go set up surgery for my back or I won't be walking. And he just put plates in my neck.
You have 3 priors. Your bodily alcohol content was 0.18. I do not have faith in you. And I'm not unsympathetic to your physical conditions. Your physical conditions did not prevent you from fighting with the officers, pulling your arms away, making a fist, telling them that I'm going to kill you. Your physical condition didn't prevent you from kicking an officer in the shin, right? It's hard to buy when I hear today, Judge, boy, I just can't do any of that because of my physical condition, but I can kick a police officer. They don't go together, do they? But the fact of the matter is, here we are, 4th offense today. You're not interested in addressing your alcohol problem. You don't think that you have an alcohol problem. How would this court look when a 4th offense drunk driver gets no jail time, and then 6 months from now, and you kill somebody? We can roll your eyes, but it happens every day. Ms. Morgan, I don't need to hear anything from you. You've already had your opportunity to speak.
And with that, the judge exceeds the state's recommendation, sentences Morgan to 13 months to 5 years in prison, plus $1,800 in fines and court costs.
File anything else from either side?
Your Honor, could you please discuss what we're supposed to do with the CPAP?
It's not the bailiwick of the court to instruct the jail or the Department of Corrections on how to manage the health conditions of their inmates.
Morgan will be eligible for parole after she serves 13 months. Next, we head to Eureka, Kansas for a preliminary hearing. 33-year-old Bailey Cargle has been charged with aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, fleeing an officer, possession of opiates, driving under the influence, and other charges. A month earlier, Cargle was driving with her boyfriend when police say they attempted to pull her over for driving recklessly. Police say that's when Cargle slammed on her brakes, causing the officer to rear-end her vehicle. Then officers say she got out of the car and fled the scene. But after a brief foot chase, Cargle was apprehended. Inside the vehicle, police say they found cocaine and methamphetamine. Cargle and her boyfriend, 25-year-old Owen Solomon, were both arrested. Solomon, who was hit with 4 drug-related charges, was released on $12,500 bond, while Cargle was held on a $45,000 bond. Today, Cargle appears from the county jail before Judge Phyllis Webster to discuss next steps in the case. Solomon is also on the call for his case. The county prosecutor is Jill Gillette. Cargill's represented by attorney Richard Paul.
Mr. Paul, you said you wanted to be heard on bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Right now, she's being held on a $45,000 bond. We would ask for a $25,000 cash or surety bond. Judge, also, there's a no contact order with her boyfriend. They've been together 5 years, and I would ask that the no contact order be lifted as well.
Ms. Gillette, what do you have to say about this request?
Judge, she had 4 failures to appear on her record and has run twice. So I think $40,000 cash surety is appropriate for the charges.
Judge Webster has heard enough and is ready to make a ruling.
I appreciate your efforts on behalf of your client, counsel, but the modification request is denied at this time.
Including the no contact order, Judge?
Yes.
Good, thank you.
Before Cargle returns to jail, she makes a subtle gesture towards the camera.
Who are you telling you love?
And the judge takes notice.
Did she just file late? The court's order of no contact, sit back down.
It appears Cargle mouthed, "I love you," twice. perhaps in the direction of her boyfriend.
Who are you just mouthing "I love you" to?
No, I was just saying that I'm about ready to go.
No.
Like, I'm
you
about
said,
done.
Ma'am, I can replay the tape. You
Okay.
said, "I love you." Who are you speaking to?
I love my lawyer.
Who do you love? Who did you?
My lawyer, like for having my back today.
No, come on.
It's like I like him.
Okay, so you love your attorney, you like
Yes.
your attorney, and you are mouthing to your attorney, to Mr. Paul, "I love you."
I was actually saying it to the guard as I got up.
You were saying it towards the camera as you got up.
I was like,
Okay, stop. Mr. Lennon, is the co-defendant on here?
Judge, she's on here.
All right. Is Owen Solomon your boyfriend of 5 years?
yes, Your Honor, he is.
And you didn't know he was on here?
I can't see, there's a lot of different people up on the screen, and you were the big one.
Okay.
I was literally talking to the CO.
No, I don't buy that. You were looking at the screen. Your mouthing was very clear. See, this is why I can't trust you to have a bond modification. You just burnt some serious bridges on credibility with the court, because you just showed me you don't have respect for the court. You don't have respect for your attorney, even though you claim he's the one you love. In any event, go ahead and leave. Go with the jail now. And just
thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Cargle was later released on her $45,000 bond and has yet to enter a plea. If found guilty, she's facing up to 33 years in prison. As for Solomon, he was charged with possession of narcotics, possession with intent to use drug paraphernalia, and other drug-related charges. If found guilty, he's facing up to 11.5 years in prison. Both Cargle and Solomon's cases are pending. Next, we go to Houston, Texas for a hearing. 38-year-old Rolando Areola has been charged with criminal trespass. A week earlier, Areola was arrested for trespassing at a gas station convenience store. He'd previously been ordered by the court multiple times to stay away from the business. Today, Areola, who's being held in jail on a $5,000 bond, appears before Judge David Fleischer to discuss next steps in the case.
You have terrorized the people at the Chevron for the last 3 years. I've told you time after time after time not to go back to the Chevron. Yet you persist and you go back. I've ordered you not to go back repeatedly. Yet the minute you get out, you go back to the property over and over. So what can I do to ensure that you're not gonna go back? If you were in my shoes, what would you do?
You've asked me.
Yes.
Now, once I've been
I've asked
ordered.
you, I've ordered, I've prayed, I've done smoke signals.
These people know who I am. They allow me to go to the back of the store.
If you want, I will call them right now to see if you're allowed to go back.
I'm telling you this. I will not go back to that store.
And you done told me that before 18 times. Get the phone number.
At Judge Fleischer's request, State's Attorney John Kim speaks with the store owners and reports back to the courtroom.
The complainant stated that the defendant has previously come in with a stick and another time with a crowbar. The complainant is fearful for his safety. All 4 employees stated that they do not want the defendant at the gas station.
That is from the mouth of the people that work at that gas station.
This is the first time that I've heard that. It's troubling. I'm troubled from what I've just heard right now.
Don't go back. They're scared of you, Mr. Areola. They are scared.
Believe me, yes. Now that this statement was made, believe me. Okay, I have a family to take care of, and my time is being taken away from me being able to provide for my family. I promise you today, right now, that I will not go back to that. I'm telling you right now, because this is troubling. I promise you, this court, I will not go back to that store.
After 2 more days in jail, Areola is brought back before Judge Fleischer to enter his plea. But first, the judge wants to make another call to the store owner.
We spoke previously about Rolando Areola. Is he allowed into that Chevron?
No, sir. I've given him multiple chances, and it's better to keep him off the property.
He's telling you he don't want you there. This is Judge Fleischer, and I'm trying everything in our power to make sure that Mr. Areola doesn't go back. And yes, we are going to release him, but I want you to let me know if he goes back, okay? Don't go back. You understand?
Areola pleads guilty, and the judge elects to give him a shot at probation.
Are you going to be able to complete this?
I will.
Okay. We shall see. I really hope so. If you go back, I swear I'm going to explode from anger. Do you understand, Mr. Areola? Okay. Good luck.
The judge sentenced Areola to 180 days in jail, which was suspended in lieu of 2 years probation. Areola must also take a class called Thinking for a Change in order to learn how to make better decisions. Since his release, he has not returned to the property. But 2 months later, Areola violated his probation when he was arrested in another county for assaulting a peace officer. That case is pending. We head to Ann Arbor, Michigan for a sentencing hearing. 50-year-old Derek Smith has pled no contest to assault with intent to murder and assault with a dangerous weapon. 2.5 years earlier, police say Smith attacked his ex-wife, Crystal Lee, the mother of his 16-year-old son, with a kitchen knife. But their son intervened. Crystal was rushed to a hospital, and she soon made a full recovery. Smith, who was already on parole for a previous assault on his ex, was arrested and charged. He agreed to plead no contest to the 2 charges in exchange for a 3rd charge, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, being dismissed. Today, Smith appears from jail before Judge Patrick Conlin to enter his plea and hear his sentence. By pleading no contest, both sides agreed to a recommended sentence range of 11.5 to 25 years in prison. But first, Smith's attorney, Marcia Kracher, has filed a motion for what's called a Ginther hearing, claiming Smith's original defense team was ineffective.
I'm going to start with that, and then we are going to...
I already know you're going to deny that. So you can just get past that if you want to, because you biased. So go ahead and deny that. Get to what you got. Go ahead and go.
The defendant has levied baseless allegation after baseless allegation with 0 supporting evidence. The motion for the Ginther hearing is denied. We will proceed to sentence in this matter.
But before the judge even finishes, Smith leaves the hearing, and prosecutor Jessica Blanche is not happy about it.
The defendant's gone off the screen.
Mr. Smith, come on out.
After Kracher speaks with her client, Smith returns to the hearing where the judge warns him that he's in danger of losing his plea agreement.
I need you to understand that one of the charges that you pled no contest to is assault with intent to commit murder, which has a maximum penalty of life in prison. So if the prosecutor withdraws her plea agreement, that's on the table. You could be sentenced to the maximum.
Now, do not stab her face. The glass that my son shattered and broke.
Mr. Smith, do not speak again until I ask you to.
You all got to see a judge one day. His name is God. Believe that. All these lies and corruption. What you gonna tell God when you see him? Judge Collins?
By now, Judge Conlon seems to have heard enough.
At this point, I am withdrawing all of my support and willingness to be compliant with the sentence agreement in this matter, and I will be sentencing you however I am allowed to do so under the law.
Can I make?
No.
I might as well, you gonna do that, I might as well go. Bye. I'm not hearing that.
Okay.
2 weeks later, the judge sentenced Smith to 22.5 to 37.5 years in prison. He'll be eligible for parole in 2045. He'd be 72 years old. Next, we go to Houston, Texas for a bond hearing. 25-year-old Xavier Robinson has been charged with assault. 2 months earlier, according to court records, Robinson got into an argument with his girlfriend, who's also the mother of his baby daughter. Things became physical, and when police arrived, Robinson was arrested and is being held on $75,000 bond. Robinson had been free on bond for another assault charge from 2022 involving the same alleged victim. This latest arrest violates that bond. Today, he appears before Judge David Fleischer to discuss his bond status. Robinson's represented by attorney Nathaniel Mounier, who's asking that his client be sentenced to probation, despite Robinson having missed multiple court appearances.
Let's go through your stuff, Mr. Robinson.
Sir, no, sir.
Yes, sir.
This case has been open since 2022. You failed to appear October 4th, 22, April of 23, October of 23. Again in October, you failed to appear. We had to revoke and raise your bond. So a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times you absconded. And now the only reason we have you is because you picked up a felony violation of a bond condition, and you want me to accept a probation on you? In what alternate reality do you live in, Mr. Robinson, that you actually think that you're going to be able to successfully complete this? Tell me, why on earth would we take this probation?
Well, I have a daughter now. I didn't have a daughter.
How on earth can you take care of a daughter when you can't even take care of yourself? You're in jail, man. Who's taking care of that daughter? Really? Really? I'm not convinced, Mr. Robinson, because
Yes, sir.
I don't think that you're gonna make it.
Yes, sir.
Why are we gonna waste our time when, if history is any indication, you're gonna get out there and you're gonna do absolutely nothing. What you have to remember is that this life is but one that you have. This journey can be a wonderful journey where you get to hang out with friends, family, get to go on vacations, or it can be a rotten, miserable toilet of an experience where you're in and out of jail, prison, scraping to get by.
Despite the judge's seeming lack of confidence, he gives Robinson another chance.
Against my better judgment, I will give you a chance because everybody deserves at least one chance. But I'm gonna tell you now, you muck with me, I'm gonna light you up. I'm putting an ankle monitor so where I know where you are at all times. And I'm gonna tell you now, you muck this thing up, you're looking at an entire year. And I will do it in a heartbeat to protect the public. So that you finally get we mean business in the criminal justice system. Do you understand, Mr. Robinson?
Yes, sir, I do.
No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, no contact with the complaining witness in this case, and I'm gonna test you like crazy, just so you know. If you want this, I'm gonna make you work for it. And if you so much as step off it wrong, there's going to be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand? Are you sure you want to do this?
Really, there's not much of one. We could plea.
Yes, sir. You do this well, you won't end up with a conviction. You don't do this well, I'm gonna put you over my knee and I'm gonna spank you like a little child with a ton of jail time. Do you understand? Listen.
For his latest assault charge, Robinson was sentenced to 60 days in jail, but was freed that day after being given credit for 63 days time served. For violating his bond and for his original assault case, he was sentenced to 2 years probation. If he successfully completes the probation, Robinson will not end up with a conviction on his record. Next, we go to Painesville, Ohio for a probation violation hearing. 3 years earlier, 40-year-old Brian Coaches was convicted of aggravated drug trafficking and possession of cocaine. He was initially sentenced to 30 months in prison, but after serving just 8 months, he was placed on probation for 5 years, with the condition he undergo regular drug and alcohol testing. But when Coaches overdosed after taking a pill laced with fentanyl and then admitted to using methamphetamine, he was taken back into custody. Today, he appears before Judge John O'Donnell to see if his probation will be revoked. Coaches is represented by attorney James Matthews.
Mr. Coaches would like to waive his right to both a probable cause and final hearing and a plea of guilty to the violation.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right, I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. So what's going on here?
Well, I screwed up. I don't...
Where were you getting the meth?
A couple of my friends that I know.
Okay, who are you getting the meth from?
His friend, I know.
So let's. Hold on. Okay. This seems to be the way you like to deal with things. And now you're not telling me the truth. Okay, now wait a minute. I'm not done yet.
Sorry.
You were here on February 2nd of 2022, and I sent you to prison for 30 months.
Yes.
You were here on October 27 of 22, and I let you out of prison and put you on community control for 5 years. When you started testing positive for meth at the probation department, you told them it was your Wellbutrin that was making you test positive.
At first,
and you kept that up, and you kept that up, and you kept that up until the result went off the chart on a test. And then you finally admitted it. Right?
Yes.
Up until then, you weren't admitting it, right? You figure out what you want to do, how you want to live your life. Talk to Mr. Matthews.
After a brief recess, Coaches tries to explain his overdose.
But that pill, I had never taken another pill that I don't know what it is again. That was.
Why'd you take it?
That was horrible. Like, I thought it was just a regular Percocet and my back was kind of hurting. I was like, I know I shouldn't have done it, but that was the worst thing I've ever been through.
Whose pill was that?
This girl I met on Facebook dating.
Okay, and you just decided to take, would she give you a pill?
She left it there. She was at my house and then she left, and then I noticed it was sitting there, and I don't even know why it was left. Like, she must have forgot it or something, or fell out of her purse or something.
You ever hear of fentanyl showing up in otherwise what is purported to be prescription medication like that?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
You've heard
before.
of that, but you took it anyway.
Well, I didn't think it was. I mean, I thought.
Well, how did you know it wasn't?
I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
Why don't you stop being so selfish? This whole thing is about you being selfish. Knock it off. Why don't you grow up? You're either gonna stop acting like a selfish brat, or you're gonna be dead again from the next thing. You can shake your head no, but you're sitting here. I sent you to prison, I let you out, and you're sitting here again. Because you're a selfish brat.
I want to do it no more, no.
Then don't do it no more.
I'm not going to.
If you don't want to do it, then don't do it.
The judge decides to give Coaches another chance, allowing him to remain on probation as long as he stays clean. But just a month later, Coaches violated his probation by testing positive again and was sentenced to 35 days in jail with credit for 26 days time served. Next, we head to San Antonio, Texas for a motion hearing. 21-year-old Alexis Morganfield has been charged with the sexual assault of a 16-year-old child. A year and a half earlier, Morganfield, an aspiring rapper and social media influencer, was arrested for the second time in 2 months for sexual assault and released on $50,000 bond. Today, he appears with his attorney, Ben Stevenson, to ask Judge Stephanie Boyd for permission to travel outside the state of Texas for work. Representing the state is prosecutor Caitlin Wilkes.
State, are you in agreement with the defense's motion?
Yes, with some caveats. We'd like documentation up front of exactly where and who and how long he will be traveling, and that it's legit. I don't want him walking around Los Angeles saying, oh, let me find the studio. You know, it needs to be planned in advance.
Defense?
Your Honor, the way that he performs, the way that he makes money is by producing videos and then drops those videos on the internet, and then people view them on the internet, and if enough people view them, he gets paid. A lot of that is spontaneous, so it's holding my client back pretty badly.
Judge Boyd doesn't seem convinced.
So here's the thing. He should be able to provide documentation and saying, I'm shooting a video and this is where I'm shooting it.
Your Honor, my client is asking to respectfully address the court directly. Will you allow my client to directly address you?
Sure.
Miss George Boyd, it's not like that. I need to promote myself. I can't just steady be in the house. I got to do videos. People want to make music with me. I got to go to the producers out in there. My cousin is Tay Made It. He's in San Antonio right now. He's the biggest producer out. That's my blood cousin. You can look him up. Tavian Carter. Boom, he worked with NBA Youngboy. Okay,
let me stop you right here, Mr. Morganfield.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, I understand that people want to be cool or fly or whatever the termination is today, but you're in a courtroom. So don't do like, boom, and my cousin Tay. I'm sure his mom did not name him Tay when he was brought into this world. So could we use people's real names today? And could we talk in complete sentences?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am. So far as I'm basically okay.
Let's try speaking without using the word like.
Yes, ma'am. I'm an influencer, ma'am. Literally, I can't promote myself at home. I can't basically work with other people, miss, if I can't go nowhere. I don't want no one. I don't want no one just knowing where I stay at. I can't go nowhere. It's a dangerous world, miss. You know, type going to San Antonio, people targeting me. I don't know who know me or who want to be after me. I went somewhere one time, dude talking about, hey, bro, I know who you are, before I got on house arrest. And he talking about, I said, you don't know who I am, but I ignored him in the story. He talking about, yeah, I do. He said, bro, you look quality. I had some people in Sunrise, bro, they trying to get at you. I'm what? He said, but yeah.
When Morganfield is finished, Judge Boyd is ready to wrap things up.
This is what the court is doing. If you have documentation where you're going to be, then the court will do that, period. And you and your client are excused.
8 months later, one of Morganfield's sexual assault of a child cases was dismissed. But in the other case, he pled not guilty and went to trial, where a jury found him guilty. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Morganfield will be eligible for parole after serving a minimum of 3 years. Next, we're in Detroit, Michigan for an arraignment. 36-year-old Jonah Lee Edward Green has been charged with DWI, speeding, driving with a suspended license, and several other charges. Today, Green appears before Judge Sean Perkins to find out if he'll be offered bond.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor. For purposes of arraignment, my client would stand mute.
$500 personal bond. Gonna be testing once a week.
For what?
Alcohol. I'm gonna have you testing one time per week. I have you no leaving the state without the court's permission, and no drinking during the pendency of this case. Let's get probation in here now.
What is the probation for?
So they can assist in you testing and make sure that you're testing.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Listen, I didn't say you were an alcoholic. It's a procedure, right? When I see this charge, everybody's got to go through the same procedure.
Joining the hearing is probation officer Jennifer O'Driscoll, who spoke with Green in a breakout room earlier that day.
I did speak with the defendant regarding the testing at ATS. I did tell him that he would need to report tomorrow.
My thing is, I don't know my way
Hold on
around.
a second. Wait a minute, please. Everybody's gonna be orderly in here. All right?
Green, who's turned his camera off, is claiming he's unable to get to the testing site on the west side of Detroit.
Okay, Mr. Green, turn your camera on, please. Because I want to see you. Take your hat off, please. I want to see you in the, stop moving, please. Please. How old are you?
36.
You're 36 years old. You're born and raised in the city of Detroit. And you're telling the court that you don't know how to get around on the west side.
Correct.
I'm not buying that. I need to have testing this week, and I'm not buying the fact that you can't get there by 8 o'clock tomorrow.
How can you not? And I don't know where I'm going, sir. I mean, I could call them on my phone.
Listen, yes, sir. You can figure it out. You're 36 years old. You're a grown man.
My spine is injured.
You're moving around pretty good on the camera.
Because my back is hurting. I can't sit down and stand up due to my injury too long.
So listen, I want you testing tomorrow, and you're gonna have to figure it out.
You expect me to walk tomorrow because I don't have no money. I don't have a dollar to my name.
I'm done. You make your own decisions and you do what you do. I'm gonna do my job. The trial date is April the 29th at 9 a.m. Tomorrow, you need to have the testing done by 8 o'clock p.m.
So I just have to beat you guys. That's the only way. It's me against the world.
Don't put me in it, because I didn't give you the ticket, and I'm just here doing what I do in my job. All right.
Green did not show up for testing the next day, but he did appear the day after that. His test came back negative, and his attorney informed the judge that getting to the testing site on the west side of Detroit was no longer an issue. Green pled not guilty to the charges, and his case is pending. Next, we head to Taylor, Michigan for a settlement conference. 30-year-old Kevin Kowalczyk has been charged with domestic violence. Kowalczyk, who's free on a $10,000 bond, has pled not guilty and appears today with his attorney before Judge Victoria Shackelford to make a request.
Well, Your Honor, James Guzicki on behalf of Mr. Kowalczyk, who's present on Zoom. Your Honor, he's requesting a new attorney.
You have a jury trial set for 2 weeks. Mr. Guzicki has been representing you. Why is it you're seeking a new attorney?
Your Honor, because he's not doing what I asked him to do for me. I have concerns about this. You know, I got voicemails that come through my phone of people calling my phone, threatening me they're gonna kill me.
Sir, I can't hear all of that though right now. Those sound like things that you could present at trial if they're appropriate. An attorney would know better than I at this point.
I no longer want him.
Sir, if you pay for your lawyer, you can go through as many as you want. But if you don't like, I mean, I'm not gonna just continue appointing different attorneys because you don't like what they have to say. How long are you going to get another attorney?
I've been trying to contact Free Legal Aid, and they said that they will represent me. I just need, what did she say, babe?
Kowalczyk's girlfriend, who's not the alleged victim in his domestic violence case, is also on the call.
What did she say, babe?
She said that you had to get a hold of the court to let them know that you needed a new lawyer.
Did you hear my girlfriend by any chance?
All right, I don't know what you said. So listen, if you want a 1 week adjournment, we can come back next Wednesday and you can come in with your new attorney from legal aid.
Where is Miss? How come she's not on the video? How come she's not in court? Ain't she supposed to be in
Who
court?
are you talking? No, Mr. Kowalczyk, you need to chill. Calm down.
I'm calm, ma'am. If you want, you could take the tether off my leg and you could send me 14 months in prison. I have no further to speak here.
$200. Mr. Kowalczyk, you are held in direct contempt of court. You owe this court $200 fine. You want to keep going? You're not going to talk over me in this courtroom.
But don't I have the right to speak?
Sir, no, you have the right to remain silent.
Okay.
And if I were you, I would exercise it.
Okay. I'm sorry, ma'am. I apologize.
After the judge holds Kowalczyk in contempt of court, things appear to settle down.
Do you want a 1 week adjournment so that you can try and retain an attorney?
I don't know how to do nothing, ma'am. I don't know how to go about getting a lawyer set up.
Well, sir, you listen
And
to
I
me.
feel it's a conflict of interest.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Correct.
You're indicating now that you want to go to legal aid and you want to get the advice of a legal aid attorney to see if they'll represent you on this matter. And you have a right to do so. So I will give you a 1 week adjournment so that you can retain counsel. This is set for a jury trial in a week. In a week and a few days.
Ma'am, I don't even care. I'm just gonna go with it with the flow. We'll just do it how it goes and let this dude think he's gonna do the job for me like
all right. I'll see you
represent. Can I represent myself?
When we test this in 1 week, you're to be back here next Wednesday at 9 a.m. and you can give me an update on your legal aid attorney at that time. And the matter's adjourned until that date.
Kowalczyk's next hearing was canceled, and his trial's been postponed. He's yet to retain a new attorney and remains free on bond, but still must pay his $200 fine for contempt of court.